evening, everybody. Wow. We are almost there. Thank you, everybody, for showing up once again. Had an interesting start to the evening. I broke my mount for my microphone. It just snapped right at the part where it holds it onto the table, the C-clamp. And so I got it hanging precariously against the wall right now until I find the other part to this mount. So yeah, I have to order a new one. Patricia, hello. Back. Let's go through Pac-Man. Pac-Man bye. Making fun of Patricia. What up, Randy, my ninja hex hoarder? Welcome. 420 hex. You know it's going to be a good Schmidt. Life changer. Bro, I looked up the Tron stat 100x in 97 days. You mentioned it dipped hard. Please explain what you meant. Yeah, so let's do that real quick. Oh man, here, I'll do it this way. Let me go to the chart. All right, so hex price started out at 0.00020. In 90 days, it went to 23 cents. It's a little over 100x. So about 100 what? 110x or something like that. Yeah, that went very good. Yes, it did dip afterwards. But remember, guys, Tron was a ghost chain. Tron had nothing on it. Pulse chain is not a ghost chain. It's not to say that we couldn't have 100x and then drop 50% from there, right? Right around what would this be, right? To 11.5 cents. But to think they will go all the way back down here and sit for years, nah, I don't see that happening at all. So yeah, that's what's happening with Tron. Oops, let me get back to here. Good evening, Susie. Talk about the Luciferians used to track people's job. Yeah. Okay, so it's funny. I just assume that I know about this, but I do. That's what happens when you're a conspiracy theorist. So if you've ever seen in the Caribbean and other places of the world where you have the biofluorescent algae, I know down in Puerto Rico, and there's certain beaches you can go to at night, and you put your hand through the water, and the water lights up. That's biofluorescence, and the chemical, or what is it called? Not a chemical. Well, whatever. It's called luciferase. Aptly named, right? So people believe that in the future, or if they haven't done it already with some of the vaccines and stuff, they're going to add luciferase to make sure that they can tell that you got it. So all you have to do is pass by a black light or something. They're going to be able to tell that you were injected with something. That's essentially what luciferase does. And in my opinion, it's pretty disgusting. Yeah. So imagine all the people that got fake cards because they wanted to be able to still work and that kind of stuff. Well, this would be an easy way to prove whether he got it or not. Was on it live talking about Shmita. No one gave it any credit at all. It's about your audience. It's the whole thing, pearls before swine. You got to know who you're talking to. That's all. Like, I'm on Twitter. I mean, I got thick skin. I'm calloused. I don't care. This stuff doesn't bother me. I'm used to getting into it with people. But most people, they just don't want to hear anything about it, especially because it's associated with religion. So just know that you're going to get some pushback, and the pushback's going to be hard. Yeah, they just don't care. Susie. How do people see all the crap over the last couple of years and still think it was okay? Pareto's Law, guys. Pareto's Law. I know it's the 80-20 rule, but I think it's more like 95-5% rule. A lot of people can't see it. Or disconnection from something within. Absolutely. 1 + 1 = 11 doesn't. I'm not good with math. Soldier Pete, yo, Randy, what's happening? Always news, mate. Thank you, Soldier Pete. Thank you for that that information out of Australia. I'm going to show it in a few minutes. Critical thinking, yes. A lot of people don't use that part of their brain. Lights out. Good evening. 0 means nothing, so the water's above says. Or was that water's below? How I made and that patent number from Kill Gates being yes, and the patent number for something that Bill's group put together was 060606. And as Pearl just mentioned above, zeros don't count in numerology. So what does that say? He's coming on tomorrow night, guys. I think it's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern, though. He's really good at gematria. Yes, he is. Hey, Randy, great streams. Thank you, bud. TextX, I appreciate you. Thank you. He has made some very good TA calls. Hit the likes, ladies and gents. Yes, I appreciate that. Orion, welcome. More Hex. What's going on, Randy? Another one of the guys that's always feeding me news. John Runyon, whoop. Yeah. All right, so let's look up what you were what you showed me there. There we go. This is from Soldier Pete. He sent me this. There goes the Aussie economy. Thanks, RBA, for the memories. Aussie leading index plunges. So indexes around the world are starting to plunge. They, during the COVID thing, COVID-19, everything was going up like crazy because of inflation. Central banks and such were just printing tons of money. And now it's cooling off. And everyone's raising rates, trying to take money off the streets, and it's happening fast. So get ready. We're probably going to take this is Australia. They're just leading the way right now. They've already come back to their midline, and it's probably going to go much further. So that's pretty negative news right there. I've watched so many videos over the last couple of days. Mark Moss is a good one to watch. MARKMOSS. He has a great channel here on YouTube where he explains everything that's happening. And then he interviews people. So I recommend you guys check him out. He talks more about the macro things and a lot about real estate and Bitcoin and stuff like that. Obviously, watch Robert Kiyosaki's show. He's got that great radio show. I mean, Robert is getting older, though, so he's not as entertaining for me to watch anymore, but still, the guests that he brings on are really cool. London Reel's another one. London, REAL. Those guys do a good job. Valuetainment's another one. They have some good stuff. So there's some good content creators out there right now that are explaining the reality of the situation. One of my friends just did a really good interview that my mom sent to me. Andy Shechtman. He's one of the founders of Miles Franklin. They're a big gold and silver company. And I used to work with Andy Hoffman and Andy Shechtman back in the day when I was working with goldseek.com. Right, I used to do all the social media for GoldSeek. And so I had to have regular communication with Andy Shechtman and Andy Hoffman from Miles Franklin. It's a lot of names. But Andy did an outstanding interview the other day talking about the world markets and where gold and silver is heading and that kind of stuff. And I highly recommend you guys check that out. So let me type his name so you can look it up. Andy Shechtman. I think that's how it's spelled. Actually, let me look at it. Let me just find the video for you guys so you don't have to look it up. Andy Shechtman. Here it is. Okay, it's called Why Are Central Banks Around the World Hoarding Gold with Andy Shechtman. He's very, very wise. He knows his stuff when it comes to the world. These guys dip their toes into crypto. I remember especially during the 2017 bull market. All right. There's a site. What the fuck happened in 1971? 1971 was a really important year. I think it was my mom that sent me the article. My mom sent me the video for Andy Schectman. Ted Nelson, Shmita evening. Good day, everyone. TFX. We are close. Yes, we're very close. 6 days, guys. Waiting for Schmidt to hit the fan. Elson, I'm really enjoying your series. Good to see your face every night. Yes, she does. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Exponential gains. What's happening, Randy? It's another beautiful day. Randy's mom, XOXO. What's up, Randy? Left Corey's to come here. How's Corey doing? He's been streaming a lot. Tron launched right before the peak of the bull. Of course, it's going to dip hard when BTC crashes. Yeah, and it dipped. So when it started dipping was right at the end of the bull market. January was when everything started crashing. So Bitcoin hit its peak in the first week of December, or like the 8th or 9th of December. And alts actually hit their peak the first week of January. And then after that, it was all downhill for everything. I'm minutes from fluorescent water. Oh, wow, nice. That'd be really cool. I was swimming at night in a lake in Jamaica. Very cool experience. Yeah, my mom she was in Jamaica, like 2 years ago with one of my cousins. Turning on Bluetooth and Wi-Fi tonight. You want to get a little bit extra fried? I'm so paranoid about it. We won't even use Bluetooth in our truck. Yeah, I can't stand Bluetooth. I could just feel it buzzing in my head, unless that's just my paranoia. Hi, Alex. Party token, Satoshi Hexamoto. I think that's what he's talking about. Party token that's going to launch on Pulse Chain. It's the INC token that's what we're going to be getting for being LP providers. I think that's what he's talking about. Yeah, we're inside of a week. Hex G Banger, buckle up. I love all these people that are denying it. Love you, fam. They're like, oh, it's just a market cycle. It's normal for things to go down. Oh, really? You mean the 7-year Shmita cycle? And then the 50-year super cycle called Jubilee? Keep denying it. Morning, everyone. Just saying hi before running out. I'll watch the replay at work. I mean, I won't be around for the next one. The next super cycle, 50 years from now, I'm likely not to be around. So, or most of us aren't going to be around, right? So enjoy it. Let's see how it goes. Morning, everyone. Just saying hi before running out. I'll watch the replay at work. Stas, enjoy your day. I felt PLS launch late November, then high of stakes and a great Christmas. Hopefully Jubilee is a good one. Yes, I think it will be for all of us that are Pulse Chain folks. MJ Money, you missed last night. All right. Well, thank you for your 777. Ahoy, Randy and Shmita fam. Great news. G-Wagon just sold. Whoop, whoop. Nice. Get ready for next week. Capitulation candle. You'll be able to pick up some Hex really cheap. Schmidt evening, Randy and everyone. Thank you, Pepe. Now, just like saying party. Oh, okay. So the Hexmoto. All right. I thought you were talking about the party token. Shmita, yes. Hex, yes. Anti-vax, man. Non-ionizing radiation FUD, man. It's okay. Corey's doing a stream with Lit. He's grinding. Oh, yeah. Corey does. He's a young guy, and he messaged me because people were talking. They were upset in the Hex community that he was starting to support Syscoin, and he got a job working for Syscoin. And I was being really supportive on Twitter. I'm like, look, I understand it. I understand where he's coming from. You need to have your money. You need to get paid on doing something. Doing these live streams don't pay the bills, right? Just supporting Hex does not pay the bills. And especially someone like him, who he was not in Hex in 2019, 2020. So he's not an OG as far as his bags are concerned. So he needs to find a way to make money. So working for Syscoin was a great way for him to have an income. So congratulations to Corey. I'm so glad that he found a job doing that. And the Hex community was just so rough on him. It's like, come on, guys, give him a break. He's a kid. He needs to make an income. It's Syscoin is not a bad blockchain. It's not. That the project I work with, Load, they're on Syscoin. And they're going to supposedly be on Pulse Chain too. So let's hope so. Good evening, Marianne. Ovidian Hex. Hi, Randy. What is your final prediction for tomorrow's 75 BPS or 100 BPS? Well, I watched a video earlier and they're saying the possibilities. It's like an 86% chance of 75 BPS and a 16% or 84% chance for 75 and a 16% chance for 100 BPS. That's basis points. Do we get one final pump and dump next week? No. I think that remember it is this week. Shmita ends this weekend. 24th is the beginning of Rosh Hashanah. I don't know. I think, like I said, October is DCA time for me. No matter what happens, it's gonna be that time to start putting a little bit in at a time and see how everything goes. Tin Top, good evening, sir. I saw an XRP AZ license plate today while I was getting off to work on an Escalade. I was trying not to laugh because I cannot put a hex plate on a Ford Focus. Oh no. And XRP is pumping. It's just like there's people out there that in the XRP community, Algorand, Quant, all these banker coins, HBAR, that those are going to be the coins of the future for the CBDC stuff. And they say once that's all announced, the ISO 2022, those are all the coins that are supposedly part of the ISO 2022 thing. And they're going to pump like crazy. That's what they believe, right? But I really don't care. You got to have some principles, right? It's okay. Making money is great. And if you guys choose to go out and buy XRP and Quant and all these kind of things, that's fine. Make some money. But I won't do it. Look, I have the AMI shirt. I'm a true ANCAP. I don't believe in supporting anything that the government supports. So I won't do it. And I owned XRP way back in the day before I knew what it was. Last time I owned it was 2014, I think, maybe late 2014. So yes, you can make some money with it. No shame in that. But sometimes you got to stand by your principles, and that's the end of it. I think it'll always be that way, specifically. Yeah, the Hex community is rough. Heading into the new moon. Yes, we are. That means we could have a pump. There's so many things that might happen with Shmita. Could put some bets on it. Yeah. But remember, guys, Shmita's all year. It was all year. We've had, if anybody says to you, oh, Shmita didn't do anything, just, man, could you guys block that, please? Block user. Over the course of the whole year, markets have come down. Real estate's come down. Inflation's out of control. Food issues, protests. It's just been a god-awful year for most people. And I spent 3 months of it on vacation. And I got to smell the smell of tear gas in Rome when they were throwing tear gas at the poor freaking taxi drivers. And I understand why the taxi drivers are protesting. They don't want to have Uber. Right? They don't want Uber to be competition for them. But I mean, here in Panama, we've had Uber for 5 years or something, and taxi drivers still do their thing. They have their own app called Cabify, and Uber has their app. It works. I don't ever use the taxis. Not a Ford Focus. Get the wrenches. Yeah, I passed out wrenches. A lot of people got them. XRP is garbage row. I totally agree. I have to go to the video. Man, I've passed out a lot of wrenches. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. There you go, Paul. Okay. Paul Sachs, why you fat shaming me, bro? What does tear gas smell like? Man, remember I was tear gassed in the Navy too. It's hard. It's not that you really smell it, because once it gets in there, it's just pain. But there was I can't really explain it. There was just that scent of chemical in the air. And we were at the Trevi. We were staying next to the Trevi Fountain in Rome, and it was the plaza like 3 streets over where the taxi drivers were protesting, and it was nuts. And the cops had everything cordoned off so the tourists couldn't get in there. The tourists couldn't take pictures and that kind of stuff. But you hear boom, boom, and all it was just tear gas being chucked into the protesters with their tear gas guns. I'm like, what the hell? These guys just don't want Uber. Let them protest and let Uber in anyways. That's my opinion. I love competition. Should have seen what this is going to be disgusting. Okay. When I did my tear gas training in the Navy, they got rid of it, I think in 1993. When my brother joined the Navy, he didn't have to do tear gas training. Punk. I had to go through it. and I think he joined in, maybe it was 94. I joined in 92. And I'm in the back. You know, they make us all go in a single file line into this little like building, the tear gas building. And I was in the second to last row. And I was really tall, so I was in the back. And when they turn it on, then they tell everyone to take your masks off. Well, the guys up front, they get out right away. They only have a little bit of pain. Maybe everyone has to be in there for like 30 seconds, but they get to leave the building really quick. Man, I was in there, it seemed like forever. And when I came out, man, I had snot from my nose all the way to the ground, and I'm 6'2". And they won't let you touch your face. They got all these drill sergeants or company commanders, what they call them in the Navy, holding your arms down. Don't touch your face, you dumb motherfucker. Don't touch your face. Because you're not supposed to get it in your eyes. Oh, man. Yeah, terrible. Memories. Thank you for the memories. Vatican pulled all monies internally recently. Bank insurers going to fail. Get some cash in hand soon. Thoughts? Wendy Shift. I one of the episodes was about the bank, the Vatican Bank pulling all money back in by the 30th of September. So all banks had to notify the Vatican Bank that by the 15th, that weren't church affiliated or something like that they were going to bring their money back to the Vatican Bank. So yes, we talked about that. It's pretty wild. Yes, I'm telling everyone to get some cash. Just have a couple months worth. If that's all you can do, just something, guys. Just got to have something. Big bag of XRP, not a maxi at all. Just curious why is it crap? I have been thinking it may be a Trojan horse. Well, it's just that they've always been a banker's coin. They've never been really a true crypto. Brad Garlinghouse and team, it's like they've been dumping on our heads, or XRP people's heads for years. They have a huge company, lots of employees, so they're always selling XRP. And the other founder, he gets every year he was getting a large stipend of XRP, and he was just selling it. So it's just that they're working with the banks, and because crypto, it depends on when you came into crypto. If you're pre-2017, you know that XRP is the banker coin. After 2017 changed everything in crypto. 2017 brought lots of people in who weren't libertarians, who weren't anarcho-capitalists. So they didn't understand the history of banking and why crypto was started in the first place. Bitcoin was started in 2008 during that Shmita year. That was built and then launched in 2009. And it was to undermine the banking system initially, right? So I love it. I love Bitcoin. I love what it did. But I feel like it's lost its story. And that's why things are changing so fast. And XRP was the banker's attempt at getting what they want, right? So I don't want to bash on XRP too much, but I just won't own it just because, out of principle. I've been in crypto so long, and when I found out what it was, I was like, sell. Put the smell and gas so you know where there's a leak. Learned that from Ross on Friends when he was flirting with the pizza girl. Yeah. So if you smell like the rotten egg smell in your house, that's the natural gas. They actually have to add that to the natural gas. Alka-Seltzer and cayenne pepper in your nose. Is that what helps stop the tear gas? I saw that when they were fighting the police in Hong Kong, they had lots of cool things to fight the like milk. I think they use milk to pour it over your eyes. They were actually had gas masks too to fight the cops in Hong Kong. It would be great when you have Jordan on tomorrow night. Yeah, Patricia, he's coming on tomorrow night. Sick. Try it. Thank you, Mr. H. No fat shame. Wife dailies a 300K 2004 Honda CRV. Are you kidding me? I couldn't even get inside one of those cars. A 1995 F-250 with 400,000 miles. No shame, bro. That's cool. No problem. That's a cool car. Hey, if it's still driving, tear gas smells like Hillary Clinton. Life changer. Too much hype bugs me. Yeah, everybody's hyping XRP right now. Everybody. TikTok is loaded with XRP, guys. My brother dared me to get pepper sprayed. I took it like a Birkin. Pepper spray is mild, though. It's mild compared to tear gas. From what I've heard, I'm not going to say that I ever got pepper sprayed, but yeah, there's a reason why the military makes you do it, because they want you to know what it feels like just in case you're in a situation when it's going to get done to you. Do you expect silver and gold to pump soon? Not now. After Shmita's done, we'll probably get a nice leg down and everything. All assets will take a huge dump over the next couple of weeks, in my opinion. And then it'll start trickling up. And in the next 2 years, we're going to have a nice pump in silver and gold. Thank you for bringing 90,000. No problem. Susie, I am here to chit chat. Okay, Tin Top wants a wrench. I thought I already gave you one. Gotta find them now. Ta-da. Tin Top, where art thou? Guys, be careful. If it's not a scammer, please don't ban them, okay? We had somebody get very upset, and I was getting emails, private emails, because they were so upset they got banned. So Tin Top now has a wrench. When Pulse Chain launches, what coin are you using to buy your Pulse? I already have my Pulse. I sacked, so I'm not buying anymore unless it really drops a lot. I feel like I'm already situated. I've got all my chess pieces in play already. I sacked for Liquid Loans. I sacked for Fiat.io. I sacked for Watt token for Power City. I sacked for Mintra, Pulse Chain, PulseX. So I have all those, pieces of my chessboard all already ready to go. And I just plan on staking everything. Stake. And see which ones perform, which ones don't. Because some are going to do 1,000x, some are going to do 50x. My Liquid Loans are going to pay me Pulse and their stablecoin every day. That's cool. I don't care if the price of Liquid Loans coin goes down, because every day that coin's going to pay me forever. When people look at the liquidity chart, which is what Liquid Loans is forked from, like, oh, the price always goes down. Yeah, but if you're staked with your liquidity tokens, you forever get paid. Forever. It's so cool. That's what it feels like. Okay. I wager next bull run will be from TikTok. Question is which coin? First was Doge, then Shiba. Exit liquidity normies. Yeah, you're talking about for the regular users. It's so funny. We are like a parallel universe in crypto. You know how many people still don't know about Hex and still have no idea Pulse Chain's coming? It's crazy. It's crazy. Silver is a no-brainer to buy per ounce to gold per ounce price. Yeah, exactly. It's the 60-to-1 ratio, or about 60-to-1 right now, I think it is, compared to the traditional 10-to-1 ratio for silver to gold. Yeah. All right. So, man, there's something I want to talk about. Oh, I want to show you guys this funny. The world's going to shit. This is the funny stuff that we see. Beyond Meat executive Doug Ramsey arrested, accused of biting a man's nose after college football game. This is the vegan guy. Beyond Meat Chief Operating Officer Doug Ramsey was arrested this weekend after a physical altercation in a parking lot following an Arkansas Razorbacks football game. Ramsey, 53, was charged with terroristic threatening and third-degree battery Saturday, according to booking records at the Washington County, Arkansas jail. He was released Sunday on $10,000 bond. He just bit the guy. It was a road rage altercation and saw Ramsey punch through the back windshield of another man's Subaru in the parking garage after the vehicle made contact with the front tire of Ramsey's car. So it was all about road rage. Oh, man. They're out there racing again. You guys could probably hear that. So, yeah. Absolutely nuts. All right, let's see what you guys... What's in that Shmeat? He freaking bit his nose. Are you kidding me? You're a vegetarian. You're not supposed to bite. Like Madagascar with the lion and the zebra. Dude is hungry. Sounds like he was going through meat withdrawals. I just had to share it because I thought it was the funniest story of the week. Oh, goodness. If you were a betting man, what's the Black Swan event through the Shmita cycle you'd put some chips on? Well, Shmita's almost done. We only got a couple days left. Remember that in 2021, the World Economic Forum had their event about the internet going down. What would happen if the internet went down? Just like they had their event, and I think it was September of 2019, what would happen if the world had a pandemic, right? And then not even a year later, their second event in a row, this one was what happens if the internet goes down? Worldwide type thing. So that's my bet, is they want to make everything crash. But don't worry about your internet. Don't worry about your crypto. Because once the internet turns back on, your crypto's back up. Florida man on vacation to Arkansas college football game. Always have your camera ready. Yeah. I got one of those dash cams. I got the Red Tiger. The Red Tiger is the brand I use. It's really good. If you guys haven't seen my dash cam videos, I made a couple of them on my channel. Really cool to have. Like today I was cut off. It was crazy. I almost lost my shit today. I was driving and one guy cut me off and I beeped at him. Then he stopped in traffic. He just stopped. He just sat there. I was like, you're an idiot, bro. I could deal with that, just the one guy, because some people are, right? I don't like when people, they didn't use a turn signal, and I always like to leave a little bit of space. I'm an American driver. Here, they always cut people off, but I always leave space because that's how I was taught. And I don't want to rear end somebody, so I'm taking it easy. And so he just went in real quick and cut me off. And I beeped at him. He stopped. Well, once he started going again, another car immediately jumped in my lane. I lost it, man. I was like, you fuckers. And there was a nice little space coming up, and I went around and drove and got in front of everybody. Everyone has their road rage incidents. That was mine today. But I got a 4x4. I got a Touareg. I can go off road, no problem. These guys, they had little cars. They couldn't do it. Yeah, that was the name of the event. So this one was the one in September 2019, Event 201. That was the one that they were talking about the possible pandemic, right? And then a couple months later, we're all in lockdown. And then the Polygon one was the one in July of 2021, where they were talking about what happens if the internet gets attacked and it goes down. Next pandemic will be a cyber pandemic. That's what they said. Yes. Polygon. Yeah. I'm going for a false flag nuke from Russia to Ukraine or Taiwan invasion. Those could possibly happen too. Or what if Russia nukes somebody in Europe or something? It can get really nasty quick. All right, so let's look up the. Have anything else? Okay, let's look at the charts. And Aurochs has their stuff fixed finally. They were down due to issues with Uniswap, or actually not. It was issues with the code from Uniswap when the merge happened. So it took them 5 days to get this back up. So today is the first day this has been up since the merge. Okay, so this is Hex. Right now on the weekly, we just got a sell signal last week, remember? And now it's confirmed. The AI is starting to head down, trend down. The demand index is trending down. Let's look at the daily. 3 days ago, we got the sell signal. We hit a bottom of just over 2.5 cents yesterday. And AI is under, which this is bearish, and DI is super low. Look at the demand index. I've never seen Hex this low, ever. Look at this. Look. This is the DI. Okay. All right. So we had it for a short time on 12 April. That was a quick drop, but it came back up. Man, this is terrible I don't like seeing our demand index so low. It's bumming me out, guys. But I know I'm just going to stay relaxed because we're in Shmita. I don't have any liquid Hex. I can't sell any. All I can do is wait until my Hex stakes come out. Hedron. This is Hedron on the weekly. We have still the sell indicator up here. We have the AI continues to drop. The DI is continuing to drop. So my guess is that in October, this is going to start trending back up because people are going to want to stock up in order to buy the HSI stakes that'll be coming available in November. So 3 days ago, we had the buy signal. It went up a bit, and then next day, sell. It went along with Bitcoin. Bitcoin took everything down. The AI is going up a little bit for the daily, but the demand is just not there. Demand is pretty stagnant. All right, let's look at Ethereum. We still have the sell on the daily. AI is popping back up, but demand is still not good. Let's go to the monthly. Come on, we could do this. We can do it. I don't know why the AI is not showing up. That's okay. And the DI is looking like it's going to fall below zero again. I still think we're going between $700 to $900 for Ethereum at the bottom. Here's Bitcoin. Once again, nothing pretty. It's freaking ugly. We need to hit the bottom, stay on the bottom for a couple months, and then to start heading back up. That'll be a nice thing to see. Because it'd be good to be able to talk nice about crypto again. We do have a green candle today, but not much happening. Just fugly as usual. Let's go back to Hex real quick. Show you the weekly. I think it was the weekly. Yeah, what the hell? They're out there racing tonight. All right, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks where we had Hex with a green Aurochs indicator, and then it just couldn't hold it anymore. When Bitcoin started going down, we go red. And I always say this. What the hell, man? These guys got some amped up cars. Probably my buddy David, he's got this BMW M3 with like straight exhaust and supercharged. That's crazy. The thing's so loud. All right, so look at this. This is not pretty. I mean, we weren't doing anything. We were just kind of just sitting there for such a long time. And I say this repeatedly, that on the way down, Hex is correlated to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin and Ethereum take a crap, guess what? Hex does too. It takes a lot of energy to push us back the other way when the gravity forces are pulling us down. Now, on the other hand, when Bitcoin's not doing anything, when Ethereum is just kind of sitting still, then you have these pumps. with hex, and that's when people say we're decorrelated. So I believe we're decorrelated on the way up, but we're correlated on the way down. So that's where I disagree with people in the community. I've been saying that for a long time. You have a lot of experience with the bear market pains from people online. Where would you judge the hex community at the moment? It's typical, man. The full pain's not there yet because you don't see the OGs. OGs aren't complaining. I haven't seen any, except for there's that one guy that always complains. He's the Uber driver. I can't remember his name. I had to mute his ass because he's just so annoying, always complaining. But most of the OG community, yeah, they're at each other's throats, but it's not because they're broke, right? This bear market's going to be very different for Hexicans because people did so well and so many did so well that this bear market might not feel too painful. So the people that are going to be complaining are the people that bought in the last year, right? Because it just keeps continually going down, and that's normal. It's normal. You got to. Not everyone's going to be happy. That's just how we roll. Now, when we hit the next bull market and hex goes to $1, between $1 and $2.50 or wherever it goes to, there's going to be a lot of happy people. Once again, anybody who's a squid or above is going to be a multimillionaire, and turtles are going to be close to being millionaires if you look at the Staker app leagues. So if you could make it to turtle, there's a possibility that turtles make it to millionaire. That would be amazing. Last cycle, we even had some squids get to millionaire status. Cool. Follow the Bible, famine the bugs. You will eat the bugs. Tin top. I ate the crickets, and I didn't like the crickets. I tried it. It's okay. I don't need to have the crickets. I think today Poland and a few other countries banned Russian tourists. Why? The people are not the problem. It's the governments that are the problem. I never understood that. Poland does some weird stuff. I've been to Poland. I've been to Krakow. We were there for, I think, 4 days. Weird country, even though I'm Hilarski. Obviously, you guys can tell I'm Polish. Part of me is Polish ancestry, and it's just a weird country. I didn't feel too comfortable there, and then I go close by to Prague or Vienna, and I absolutely love it. It was so welcoming, so friendly. Krakow is beautiful, but it wasn't the most welcoming place I've ever been to. The bugs. In 1971, which is the last Jubilee, isn't when a lot of terrible things started with the WEF, getting off gold, Roe versus Wade. Jubilee sounds like a bad thing, even though it's supposed to be a good thing biblically. Yeah, it's supposed to be a good thing. And some people would say that Roe versus Wade was a good thing. So, I mean, everyone's got their different opinions. But I just don't understand how most of the time these Shmitas and Jubilees, they tend to be very negative. Like the world economy tends to get hurt by it. So that's the clickbait, right? And that's why a lot of people get into this stuff. But we did have the end of World War II was a Shemitah year. The actual end of World War II. That was great. So there's sometimes that a Shemitah year is very good. Just not many of them. Another video I watched, Time Traveler, Russia and Australia in November. Oh God, great. I hope not, guys. There's no good thing that can happen out of that. Nothing. That's the old saying, it's better to have a fist fight than to carry a gun. Well, it's the same thing. It's better to have a traditional war than to nuke somebody, because it's just disastrous in so many ways. Yep. Yeah, lights out. This whole thing, we're decorrelated. Bullshit. People get scared and sell crypto. If they see Bitcoin going down, they're selling because they think Hex is going to go down. Dan who? The other times you've mentioned motorcycles, we could barely hear it, but that car was pretty loud for us to hear. Yeah, that's somebody with a straight exhaust. Dan. Oh yeah. That's who you guys. Yes, he's the most miserable dude in the Hex community. Straight up miserable. Randy, thank you for being such a quality human. Hopefully your empathness is not being taken advantage of. It always has been. Ever since I was a kid. When I was in the Navy, I remember my I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. I remember I was Navy hospital corpsman. I was an E3 at the time, so I was pretty new. This is in 1993. I was on deployment to Sicily, and we were doing I think it was flu shots. We are giving everyone their flu shots, and my partner, I hope she's watching because I haven't forgiven her for this yet. Say forgive, and I don't forgive. My partner, the other corpsman, she must have came in the office early at our squadron. We had a hangar, and our office was upstairs in the administrative offices, and we had like a closet that was turned into a medical office for her and I and our flight surgeon, the doctor. There was like 10 needles laid out on the table. And if anybody knows medical, how things work, the second you give a shot or the second you draw blood, you immediately put it into the sharps container. You don't leave needles out. So one of the guys came up, one of my friends, a first class petty officer. He was a AW, aviation warfare guy, who they like listen for subs. You ever see those in the movies? The guys are listening. That's what his job was. And I remember this like yesterday because it was embarrassing, and it had a big effect on my thoughts and how I felt about the Navy. So I took one of those needles and I got the flu shot. I put it in his arm, but the plug was stuck. I'm like, what's going on? Why won't it go in? So I take it back out and I threw it away. And come to find out, those were already used needles. And when Linda came in, she told me, "Oh my God, those are used." And I'm like, why are they not in the sharps container? And her and the flight surgeon were like best buddies. The doctor and her were best buddies. So I got crucified for that. I got like this negative thing in my reported in my military record jacket. And they held back my rank for 6 months for that. And I was so disappointed in the Navy because I followed protocol. The only thing I didn't do that was my fault is that I didn't open a new needle to do it. I just thought that she was laying those out for me so I can give shots to everybody. But the other side of the protocol was you're supposed to put a used needle into a sharps container, and she didn't do that. So good thing my friend that it happened to, he was a good friend of mine, and he was very forgiving. But that was during the HIV scare, remember? So in the it was still early 90s, so people were still worried about HIV. So he had to get a test like every 6 months for a couple of years. And I felt so bad about that. And he used to make fun of me every time he saw me. He was like, "Oh, Randy, you gave me a shot." And dude, it was a bad feeling. I never trusted anybody in the Navy again after that when it came to my nursing skills and stuff. So yeah, one of those stories that help molds you as a person. Most of the OH cash out some nice bags. Rick and 305. 305. Hexo was capitulating on Sunday's stream. It was pretty damn funny. Yeah, Hexo and I don't get along, but I don't watch the streams anymore. But yeah, he can be funny sometimes with the speed block. Yeah, go Marion. If 1948 is a forced Jewish people returning to Promised Land, if in 1948 forced because no peace in the land since, does this affect 7 years cycles? I don't know, man. I don't know that part. I just go by the calendar. Is it just my feed or others also seeing XRP being part of social media? Look, it's been going on in TikTok for the longest. It's so annoying. What are the top 3 coins going to be for the next 5 years? XRP is number 1. XRP. And it's like they have an army of people. Where are they coming from? And they're so young. These people are, They're kids. Do they hire these people to shill XRP? That's what it feels like. You shall eat the bugs on Z Shmita bread. Outside of RH related projects, are you tracking other crypto projects? Yes. Load, they have their DAO token. They're the gold and silver company. If you own Load, you can also participate in their profits from mining and for buying refining facilities and stuff like that. You can see that link below if you want to get to be part of Load. The only thing I don't like about it is they require KYC, but hey, that's what you got to do to play with a real security. It is a real security. It's not, the coin is a real security. It's not like crypto. This one's actually gone through all the paperwork and stuff, so it's a little bit different. Also, I like ETA was a token that I was talking about for the last couple of years. Probably my best friend in crypto, Mike Patel, is the founder, and he has not stopped working. He is working hard. He's got a good team in Serbia that is putting together good stuff for Metaverse. Their Metaverse project called Etaverse. So I'm paying attention to that too. So as soon as the market does capitulate, I'll start buying back some of those coins. That's about it, though. I don't look at much else. So when do you think Hex will begin the road up in a year? Patricia, as soon as Pulse Chain, as soon as we get an announcement that Pulse Chain is coming, Hex is going to be on fire. It's going to be like, it's going to go bonkers. And did you guys see that we have a third copy now? So if you have Hex stakes, you have ETH POW, you have traditional ETH POS, and then you have this new one. I can't even remember what it's called. They launched another ETH network with a full system state like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. So now we have 3 Hex. And when Pulse Chain launches, we're going to have 4. Bunkers. Another one I'm just going to let sit. Just let it marinate. Do you think Hex Turbo is the best looking male Hex kid in 2022? He's I don't even know who Hex Turbo is. I recognize the name. I think I follow him on Twitter because I follow everybody. But I don't know if he's the sexiest. How can somebody be sexier than the marshmallow? Yeah, it's kind of how I feel. My wife's like, "Oh, let's go to Warsaw." I'm like, babe, I don't want any smoke blown in my face. It's like everybody smokes there. Randy, hey, Hex itself, it's funny because I was a BTC ETH at first and I watched Richard, but I didn't buy Hex until mid 2020 because my crypto buddies were like, no, I lost a lot of money on their other dog food coins. Johnny boy, I made a lot of money, but I lost friends. So we did the opposite move. Nobody was talking to me. People were just calling me out on Twitter. Andreas Antonopoulos blocked me. It was odd times. Wear you a ski and a Navy basic? Of course. Everyone called me Ski. And my Master Chief would call me, when I was my squatter, he called me Hilarious Ski. Oh, I know what I was going to with my flight surgeon, with that story. The only reason why I didn't get in bigger trouble is because he made the comment to me behind closed doors. He goes, Randy, you're the nicest guy I've ever worked with. That's what he said to me, my flight surgeon. He goes, if you weren't the nicest guy around and totally an optimist and a joy to work with, then we'd have to go further and get you more in trouble. I'm like, that's such bullshit. I was like, man, I couldn't stand the Navy. I wanted to get out so bad after that. I was looking through the manuals, trying to find ways to get out of the Navy. God. Ended up working out fine. After once I became a second class petty officer about year 4, then it started getting good. Once I was middle management. But when I was a youngin', I hated it. How I made he's married to a Hexagon girl. Oh, okay. Jubilees are in 49 years, not 50. The Jubilee is also year 1 of the okay. I disagree with you. We just did the video last night on it. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, there's people keep coming in here and telling me that. I'm like, dude, show me. I'm like, we did a whole video last night about that. I showed you guys. Oh man, let's alone. One Jubilee big event, Pulse Chain launches. That will be wonderful. I watched Richard in 2016, 20 before anyone knew him. I knew him, Johnny. I just couldn't stand him. I just didn't pay attention to him because he's walking around with a top hat. Never met him in person. He never came to any of the events I was at, but him and Tone Bays used to do a lot of videos back in the day. And I knew Tone personally. So because I knew Tone, I saw Richard. But it was just the TA stuff that they would do because he's a trader. This is the time for forgiveness, Jubilee. Thank you for your Johnny. Don't you dare say it. You guys got to understand, non-patriots like myself, when someone says thank you for your service, we're like, but thank you, Johnny. I appreciate it. I know how it is. Everybody listens for bebop noises. No. Do you think USDL will be big enough to be the primary stablecoin for Pulse Chain? Akiva, they're definitely going to try. They're definitely going to do their best and try to make that happen. I wouldn't doubt it if Richard in the future, him and his team, they have their own. I saw that the U.S. government wants to put a stop on all future stablecoins for the next 2 years, something like that. Isn't the tradition of the Jubilee reserved for the Jewish community, meaning forgiveness only between the inner circle and not extended to them Gentiles? Of course, but Jubilee is supposed to be to everybody. It's supposed to be like wider. That's why I think this is going to be really awesome. Starting on the October 5th is the beginning of Jubilee. Oh yeah, that's how Magic Johnson got all those wide open layups when he made a comeback in '93. Yeah. Wrecked like 6 times. Damn, Randy, tell us more Navy stories. All my elders are military, going way back. Yeah, I got lots of Navy stories, but a lot of them we can't tell here. How was it living in Italy? Why didn't you decide to move there? What are main differences from Panama? I was there as a tourist, love it. Many say living there is completely different. In Panama, it's great. I lived like a king. Why do I live in Italy? I already lived there for 3 years, so I had my experience. I lived in Sicily. Northern Italy is okay, but we just spent a month in Northern Italy. We were in just outside of Venice in Padua, and it was nice. Verona was amazing. We're Romeo and Juliet. We had a great time, okay? But there was something about it I didn't like. Sicily was phenomenal. It's so much better than what it was when I was living there. The people were happier. There was more touristy things going on. When I lived there, nobody went to Sicily for tourism. They would go to Palermo, maybe they go to Agrigento, Siracusa, but no one went to Catania. But Catania was just popping this time. My wife loved it. It was her favorite city on the trip. We spent 2 weeks in Catania. Man, right on the main road where there's no cars allowed, right 2 streets from the open market where he had street after street of clothing. My wife would go by herself and just peruse the market and go look for made in Italy t-shirts or clothing, dresses for like $8. I mean, she was having a good old time. She loved it. I meant most of the OGs cashed out nice bag. They won't be feeling pain. Yeah, exactly, Rick. We are looking to get our residency in Italy, though, because there is a treaty between Panama and Italy where Italians can move here. They don't have to do if you're not Italian and you try to move to Panama, there's a lot of stuff you have to do to get residency. Italians could just move here as long as they show that they have economic solvency. Well, it's the same thing for Panamanians moving to Italy. We can just move. And we just have to show that I think it's maybe $3,000 a month or something, 3,000 euros a month to show that we have enough money to live in Italy. And then we can get our residency in Italy. So we've been looking at doing that just so we have an easier way of getting into Europe. Because we love Europe. We go before the pandemic, we were going every year. I met most of the OGs. Have you checked out Zen? Yeah, I have a little bit more. We're all going to get our free Zen. Jack is the Googler, by the way, guys. Jack Levin, the former original Googler. ETH Fair. Lights out. Thank you. ETH Fair is the new Ethereum. And I have no idea. I mean, I went to their main website, and you can't even read the stuff unless you connect to the MetaMask, and I wasn't going to do that. So I'll wait. Marinate it. Don't get rent. Don't get wrecked. ETH Fair, Justin Sun, his new project. Is it really? Paul, is that true? ETHW, ETH Fair. My God, Rick. This is getting out of control. Yes, I love free money, and it's going to be cool for all of us. But I'll wait till the dust settles. Hey, Flames. What's up? True, the government's that bad. That's why problem creators just love to create problems. Yes, they do. Man, if I was a chick, I would shape my eyebrows all day to make sure it looks like a boomerang. What are you talking about? Is X going to the stock market? No, Pearl, it's not. Greetings. The 15th year is also the first year of the next seven cycle. Yes. Scam face, thank you. Appreciate that. Shalom, my friend. Thumbs up. Subscribe. Lane, appreciate you. Julie's had to be divisible with 49. That's correct. There you go. Algorithmic stablecoins that are minted from digital assets that are owned by the protocol owner is what is under scrutiny. Yep. It's the algorithmic ones. They have they're going to put a 2-year ban on them or something. So I'm telling you, crypto's not going anywhere. They're just trying to figure out how to regulate us, how to regulate the plebs. We got too rich. Now they got to regulate us. Algo stablecoin ban for 2 years. That's it. Yep. Wait for everything I gave up to return. Ruling with Jesus. Yeah. 119. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Hit the like button, please. So Justin Sun is running ETH Fair, and he's trying to get his USDD stable on there. Wow. I mean, why couldn't he? They just got billions. Come on, Richard. We got to get Pulse Chain going. We can't let them steal our thunder. Man, I don't trust Justin, man. He ruined Steemit. Hardest sales job of my life. Convincing my wife it's a good idea to sacrifice money to a guy in a top hat for magical PLS tokens that don't exist. Yeah, Colin, I get it, man. I totally get it. I'll have to go back and watch the episode last night to get the Shmita intel. It's funny. It lines up with 2000 year Christ return and the Mayan stuff. Yeah. People believe that a lot of Christians are believing that Jesus is returning this year or coming soon. I'm an Italian resident and Canadian resident. You have to be Italian citizen, Pepe. I'm going to be a resident of Italy, but I can get the residency in Italy right now because my wife is a Panamanian citizen and my son is a Panamanian citizen. I will have my Panama citizen this coming year. So, but all I have to have is my wife be it, and we both get in. But I was a resident in Italy before when I was in the military. I have my what they call codice fiscale and all that. So it should be pretty easy. I must already be in the system. Is Liquid Loans USDL considered an algo coin? I am not sure, but it's going to be backed 100% by Pulse. So I don't think so. I don't know how to use a wrench. Shmita Larski. It's okay. Justin ruined Tron with his ego and actually decent tech. Yeah. Tron was a fork of Ethereum. So she's going to need an Airbnb when he comes back. Is Waters Above coming on your stream or are you on his? He's coming on here tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. All right, Monday shift. I'll put it out tomorrow. Yeah, my mom says time to go to bed. Yes, Mom, you can go to bed. Justin Sun and Jed McCaleb might as well be brothers with their paths of destruction. Steemit, BitTorrent, DLive, Mt. Gox. Man, they destroy everything. Yeah, I'm a citizen. I have dual. Great. Then you can get residency in Panama super easy. Waters Above Crypto tomorrow night, right? Yes, he is. A lot of whales use Tron on the down low. I know a lot of people who use it to move money around. All right. Cheers, guys. Thank you for everybody. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you again tomorrow night with Jordan from Waters Above. Ciao.